Uh, y'all just don't know what I done been through this morning to try to go live this morning. Good morning. I don't even know what happened this morning, you guys, but good morning, good morning, good morning. I am late again. It's 4 minutes late, but nonetheless, I don't know what happened, you guys. Me and YouTube was not agreeing this morning. It kept saying try again. It wouldn't let me go live. I'm looking on the phone. It won't do that. But nonetheless, listen, I think that everything happened in divine timing. So whatever it is, I'm gonna persevere right on through that. So good morning, good morning, good morning, beautiful people. Good morning. First of all, get your coffee, your tea, your water, your orange juice, and a little bit of me this morning. And again, if you open up these two wonderful things on your face this morning, you've already started out with the blessing for today. And so, my prayer for you is that you receive blessings throughout the day, no matter how big or how small. Not only that, that you're able to recognize the blessings so that you can be humble and grateful. So the universe will open up and pour out more blessings and you have room enough to receive. So, I'm going to explain it again. I don't know what happened to YouTube this morning. It was tripping out on me. It wouldn't let me get on. It just kept saying try again, try again, try again. So I don't know what you guys were able to see, but good morning, cousin Nikki, beautiful. Good morning, Kay. Good morning. How are you? I'm accepting and receiving that. And I did talk to the Boo Boo Stank. So his skin looks pretty good, sweetheart. So the answer to your question is that it is smooth and not discolored, and so yeah, it's doing pretty good for him. So that's the answer to your question this morning. I got our affirmations for the weekend, as well as we got a law of attraction card and the angel guide card. So good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope everybody took the opportunity to do some self-care this weekend. My self-care was my daughter made me a seafood boil. So I'm absolutely ecstatic about that. The Boo Boo Stanks getting up going to school this morning. So we starting our week off. It's gonna be a miraculous, marvelous Monday. Everything will be absolutely amazing. And I know you guys are going through some things, but guess what? You're gonna come out on the other side and it'll be just fine. Good morning, Miss Wanda. Good morning, beautiful. Um, so our affirmation for Saturday, it says, I find something special and fabulous to do for myself and just have fun. Here again, they talk to us about what? Self-care. I find something special and fabulous to do for myself and just have fun today. They always do that because guess what? You're supposed to be taking care of you, yourself. Um, yep, I take care of my children, I take care of my grandbabies, but guess what? I can't do that from a spot of not being able to take care of myself. And this is so funny because I'm reminded of a conversation that I had with my niece yesterday when I'm telling her the same thing, that hey, when you're in a process of trying to heal yourself and you're trying to get into a relationship, in the midst of healing yourself, sometimes it becomes toxic because that person is not completely healed and neither are you. And so therefore, um, y'all bleed on each other. So I'm reminded that make sure that you take care of yourself first before you reach out and take care of anybody else. Sunday says, for every problem that I may create, there is a solution. For every problem that I may create, there is a solution. And the solution is usually inside of you. You usually know the right thing to do. Sometimes when you speak it out and you say it out loud or whatever the case may be, you know the right thing to do. Good morning, Miss Wanda, and I'm accepting that agape love this morning. Um, I do. I hope it spread like a virus too, for real, because sometimes we don't feel that either. We don't feel enough love. Let me say it like that. And today's affirmation, and so 9/11. This is funny because I didn't even realize that this particular day was coming up, and I wasn't sure whether I was going to speak on it or not. And I'm not going into a long detail about 9/11. I'm just going to say to those that lost their lives on today, and their families. Um, Again, our thoughts and prayers are with them. Um, but again, we wake up every day and we're still losing people. So um, again, it's a profound day. She having a problem get. Yeah, what's going on? I don't understand what's going on here. I'm trying to figure that out because, like I said, I don't know if any because Nikki is here. I don't know if you had I had a problem getting on. Period. Me, but but when I went and looked on my phone, it had all these. Maybe I might be able to show you guys right quick because I want you to see it. Because I'm trying to. But the funny thing with this is that it's not just YouTube that's been messing up. It's AI period that's been messing. Look, oh my God, and it took me to something else, to my Google account. Yeah, it didn't went somewhere else. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna just do our own thing. Okay, no, I don't want my Google account. Nope. And it don't have no live on here. It's doing its own thing. What and then I checked that. That's what I was thinking, Nikki, as well. I checked that because that's what took me so long to get on. I checked the internet and it they was like it was a strong signal. I didn't have an issue. It was just not letting me on. There okay. And look, where is she commenting at? Because it says that she's commenting. Let me see. Am I able? Oop. Yeah, I'm not able to contact. Oh, yeah. Okay, well that might be it then. Cause good morning, Miss Dot. Yeah, good morning. I know she said you had a hard time getting on this morning, Miss Dot. I did too, sweetheart. So I apologize for whatever is going on. But yeah, I have Xfinity, so that might be an issue as well. So nonetheless, I'm glad to see you here this morning. Good morning, beautiful. I see you. Our affirmation for this morning, 9/11, it says, I bless my current job with love and know that it is only a stepping stone on my pathway. Y'all just don't know. This for all these business owners. This one right here. So if you thinking about owning a business, if you thinking about moving somewhere else or doing something else, this the affirmation for you this morning because it's Monday morning. They say let's get it. I bless my current job or my current situation. I'm going to put another word in there. I bless my current job or my current situation with love and know that it is only a stepping stone on my pathway. I bless my current job or situation with love and know that it is only a stepping stone on my pathway. So guess what? What I'm doing right now might not be what I'm doing next year. I know that this is the pathway. This is where I got to go. This is the stepping stone to get where I need to get to. Sometimes you already know when jobs are just temporary. I may like this particular job, but it's just temporary. I'm just gonna be here for a minute, and you understand that. And so that's funny with them saying that because I was telling my niece and my daughter, I said, hey, you guys better use me while I'm here because you only got a couple of months. And so that's only temporary. So that means that you better bless this particular job that I'm giving you or I'm letting you use me for because it's going to be gone pretty soon. And that means that you won't be able to do anything with that. It's a stepping stone because I'm moving in another direction and they are too. So right now I'm able to help them. So they better use the help while they can. And so You have absolutely been simply planting seeds for your success. Good morning, Miss Alex. You have. I have been watching you within that little group you put me in, and sweetheart, you are simply planting seeds for your success, and everything will be absolutely marvelous. Marvelous. I am so proud of you for taking these steps. Sometimes we have to get out our comfort zone, and so Alex, again, I'm so proud of you for the stuff that you're doing. But I told you before, when people get quiet, when you don't hear from them much, that means they moving about. They trying to get their life together. They doing something. They ain't just talking about it. They doing it. And so you can't get mad because they take a step back. Just know that they working it out, and all you can do at that moment is be like, hey, I'm praying for them and everything is gonna turn out. And they pop their head in every now and then and be like, hey, I'm good. And so I love it. Good morning, brother. Good morning. You know what? I don't know why when I see your name, Darnell, R. Kelly popped in my head. Mr. Steal Your Girl. I don't know why that popped in my head. I'm just saying it out loud. I don't know. Mr. Steal Your Girl. Okay. How are you this morning, brother? I hope everything is in divine order with you too, son. Okay. It says, I can change my life by changing my thoughts. I can change my life by changing my thoughts. And if you don't believe that, I promise you, if you've been knowing me any amount of time, my thought process have changed so much that my lifestyle changed. I went and the reason that I'm able to speak about this, I went to a gathering over the weekend, and it was police officers because what I used to be the police, and so I hadn't seen these people in a long time or whatever the case may be, and I went over there and I realized that um, I've evolved, and so it's a little different being around them. Not an uncomfortable thing, but kind of I just don't fit in this spot anymore, and so I changed my thought process, which changed my life. So the way I used to live when I was a police officer, I don't live like that anymore. The way I used to even look at people or perceive people when I was a police officer, that's not the way I look at people and perceive them anymore. And so um, I wasn't comfortable in the atmosphere anymore. So I changed my life, and it also changed my thought process. It says, by choosing a thought that feels slightly better than the thoughts you have been thinking, you can gradually change the direction of your thoughts. By focusing upon a better feeling thought, the law of attraction will respond to that thought, and therefore the balance of your thoughts will now improve. So they said, even in the midst of you thinking something bad is going on at the moment, they said, if you can just at that moment think of just one thing positive, or put a little spin on the situation and say, hey, well, maybe if blah, 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 this happens, then, try and find the good in a particular situation. Because when you change your thought process, you perceive things different, and it changes your life. I promise you it do. You perceive things different, and it changes your life. The way you respond to stuff, all of those things. And as well as, since I talk about my business all the time and I be telling all my little good stuff, you guys remember I went to court Friday. And I wanted to give you guys an update because I always do. Court, and this is where I realized delayed don't mean denied. So I paid the court, and the city of Detroit is some garbage. I'm sorry. I paid the court system to serve this man to go to court, and guess what? He ain't even been served. I get all the way to court, And they like, oh well, we weren't able to serve him. So when y'all was gonna tell me that. So, delayed again doesn't mean denied because I don't have an issue with what I have going on. So, therefore, what happened in court is I have another court date, which is my birthday, you guys. I have to go to court on my birthday with the roof guy, and I have to serve him, which is absolutely no problem. But, yeah, thank you, City of Detroit. I had never ever experienced something like that, and it's funny because my daughter, hers got switched to Clinton Township, so she goes out there to Clinton Township, and they do stuff a little different out there. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, it's just time for me to go, you guys. I'm just saying, I'm not used to this anymore. If I pay for a service, and I don't even get my money back because I had to pay, you guys. I did have to pay for them to serve him. Certified mail or whatever the case may be. And when they don't do it, you don't get your money back. So, I mean, what in the world? Nonetheless, I was happy and everything was fine. I didn't feel cheated or anything like that. Like I said, they are always going to do what's best for our highest good. And so I accept and receive that. I just going to be going to court on my birthday. Look at here. So as I'm shuffling, you guys, look at this pretty woman right here. And she jumped right out the deck and look what she says, self-acceptance. She jumped right out the deck. Absolutely gorgeous. Self-acceptance, you guys. And she jumped out the deck for me. So we gonna get what she got for us. Wow. You got something you want to say, lady? She says, you are making incredible efforts to heal and release habits and thoughts that once held you back. If y'all don't listen to nothing else, I want you to listen to this first sentence because all too often, sometimes we so hard on ourselves. They said, listen, you are making incredible efforts to heal and release habits and thoughts that once held you back. So they said, guess what? We're acknowledging the fact that we see that you are releasing some things, you are letting some things go, you are allowing yourself to heal, you are breaking chains and habits. All of those things are going on. So guess what? Thank you for working on you. It says, take a moment to look at yourself through the loving eyes of Mother, Father, God, and appreciate how far you've come. Did you hear that? Darnell, if you still here, take a moment and look at yourself through the loving eyes of Mother, Father, God, and appreciate how far you've come. Because look at you, and I can use you as an example because look at my brother. He went from selling drugs to from being in prison to a truck driver to owning things to having these cars. And yes, he had cars before as a drug dealer, but guess what? He don't have to watch his back no more. He don't have to worry about how he gonna pay his bills or get out here and hustle like that no more. He don't have to do those particular things no more. So this morning they said, hey, listen, be grateful because you had to change. So see yourself in the eyes of the loving Mother, Father, God, and appreciate how far you've come. Because you could have still been that same stupid teenager you was. You could still have the mindset of that same stupid adolescent that you were. But guess what? They saw fit. And I'm saying this because I was standing next to a woman and she was talking on the phone, baby. And she had to be maybe about my age, a little bit younger, but the words that was coming out of her mouth, I couldn't comprehend because she sounded like she was 12. Everybody ain't on the level. So they said, appreciate how far you've come. You've done the work, and they said they're so proud of you, appreciate that. Guess what? So many people didn't make it here, but you did. All the adversity that you faced, didn't I just name it? All the adversity, all the heartache, all the things that have happened throughout these past years, guess what? Has built you to be the strong person that you are today. And guess what? You still here, regardless of addictions, regardless of deaths, regardless of heartaches, regardless of relationships, regardless of children, regardless of what prison, regardless of whatever career, whatever you went through, you still here. And the person that you are today is because of the things that you went through on them yesterdays. It says angels are wrapping their wings around you and encouraging you to see what they see, to see the great potential that you have in yourself, to see yourself through their eyes. Yep, we make mistakes. Yep, we don't always be on the level, but guess what? You are still doing great. You aren't in the predicament that you were 2 years ago. You aren't in the predicament that you were 5 years ago. You probably aren't in the predicament that you were 30 days ago. So please be grateful for making it out of those moments. It says, if your confidence has dropped recently, or you've been in, or you've not been in as positive as you've liked to be, change that now by giving yourself credit where it's due. Do you hear that? They said if you feeling funky about yourself and your confidence ain't on the level where it's supposed to be, they said you need to change that right now by giving yourself credit where it's due. Because guess what? A lot of us sometimes are doing the job, or we're doing the things that other people don't want to do. We take care of parents that other people sometimes don't want to do. We take care of children, our children, grown children. We take care of grandparents like me, or whatever the case may be. We take away from our life to give to somebody else's. They said, please take credit for what you do. Because sometimes we feel like we fail at that. Because guess what? Our life is entwined with somebody else's life. And I'm just going to explain mine. Mine is entwined with my children, is entwined with my mom, even all the way down there in Texas. Or my brother's is entwined with my brother's life is entwined with my mom. Because guess what? What happens to her is important to us. But I'm going to give myself credit because we do the absolute best that we can with what we have. So therefore, sometimes you want to give more. Sometimes you want to be able to do more, and you can't. It's okay. It's okay to pat yourself on the back and say, you know what? I got angry today. I was mad about my circumstances or whatever went on, but it's okay. Because tomorrow I'm going to do something about it. It's going to be better. Or even later on today, I'm going to start looking up some stuff. And it does, and it will continue to keep you standing, Miss Wanda. Because in the midst of everything that you have going on, you can see those small blessings. You can see that they working it out. They figuring things out for you, or whatever the case may be. You know that they work in your favor. You know that it takes time sometimes. And sometimes you have to stand in the midst of the storm and be like, hey, I'm right here. But guess what? In the midst of that storm, majority of the times you don't even get touched. It's just you're uneasy being in the midst of it. That's why they say recognize that, hey, we look out for you. Stuff go on around you and it be chaotic. And you be right in the midst of it, but you don't get touched. It don't affect your house. It don't hurt you so bad. Or if it do, it just break a window or something. It don't mess your household up. Be grateful for that. It says maybe you discovered that negative talk and thoughts aren't working for you. That's funny. Negative talk and thoughts aren't working for you. They said maybe you've discovered that. Have you discovered that when you talk negative or your thoughts are all off or negative, have you discovered that that don't work for you? Because the more you think about negative stuff, and it's funny that this card would jump out the deck because it went right to I can change my life by changing my thoughts. And here they go, right here. Maybe you've discovered that negative talk and thoughts aren't working for you. You can change anything when you change your thought process about it. When you look at it from a different perspective, when you let them do their thing, get out the way. I know that's easier said than done because we so used to fixing stuff. But when you've done all you can do, that's funny because they sit here and here we go. I'm quoting church stuff. When you've done all you can do, stand. That when they say you've done all, when they say stand, they mean get out the way. They don't mean just stand there. They mean just get out the way. You've done all you can do. You've prayed. You've given it to God. You've done all you can do. So you're gonna go in there and you're gonna keep on messing around in the pot and you're gonna mess the stew up. Cause you trying to do stuff while they trying to do stuff in the background to get you where you need to be at, and you're gonna mess the pot up. So when they say just stand, they mean just hey, just stay still. Just let us work it out for you. Because you've done everything you're supposed to do. It says this is a time to try loving yourself instead. Love yourself instead. To get started, try speaking to yourself more respectfully and giving yourself some leeway and some time to change. And again, here it is. I keep telling you guys, I know that you're hard on yourself. And it's so funny because I'm going to talk to myself because sometimes I done been and done something. I'll be like, damn, you stupid, Ben. That's me. I'm talking to myself. They said, hey, in that moment, why don't you try respecting yourself? Because you weren't stupid. You just didn't know. You just didn't understand that particular thing. You get what I'm saying? So sometimes the way we speak to ourselves displays our thoughts and everything else. So when you call yourself stupid or retarded or that's a thought. And you're disrespecting yourself. You're calling yourself stuff that you wouldn't even call other people. Notice those moments so that you can respect yourself. How do we give out more respect to other people? We don't call other people retarded, but we'll call ourselves retarded. You done did some dumb retarded shit. You get what I'm saying? That's not something you would say to somebody else majority of the time, but you will say it to yourself. You'll hurt your own feelings. They said in that moment when you do that, they said start to respect yourself. Start to respect yourself then. Say, hey, wait a minute. No, I didn't know. But thank you for teaching me. Thank you for showing me that I can do this instead of this. You get it? Respect yourself through your thought process so that you can change your life. Even respect the fact that it's taking some time to change. I'm 48 years old, finna turn 49. I'm not gonna sit here. I got a lifetime of stuff that I'm trying to let go. I just started on this journey a couple of years ago. I have to be patient with myself as well. Because I'm letting go of stuff that happened umpteen years ago that I've been programmed with for 20, 30, 40 years. You get it? I got to unprogram and learn something different. So don't be so hard on yourself. Know that in these moments, everything is in divine order and you're fine. Everything is just fine. You guys are doing great. If you look over your life, you aren't where you were a year ago. You aren't where you were 6 months ago. And yep, some of us are going through some things that we weren't going through 6 months ago. But if you trust the process, I promise you, if you follow exactly the plan that they're trying to get you to, you're going to be better off in 6 more months if you listen to your intuition, if you listen to what you got going on and worry about you and your thought process. I can do this. I got this. I'm going to make this happen. When you speak to yourself like that, you build your character, you build everything about you. And you might be scared as all get out in that moment. But just know that you got a team right behind you that's pushing and saying, hey, you got this. You can keep going. Because once you get to the other side, you can rest for a minute. So this is how it works, and I guess I'm processing it in my brain while I'm talking to y'all. I had a moment of rest, because I've been still a little bit here in this house, but things are starting to pick up where I gotta move. Like I gotta move as far as work, I gotta move as far as this house, I gotta move as far as getting to another location. How I'm gonna do that? So my things are starting to move. I mean, my thought process is everywhere. I'm writing stuff down. I'm packing stuff up. I have picked up a momentum here. Good morning, sir. How are you? I'm great. I can't complain. And so, with that being said, you guys, when you pick up that momentum, that means you're going somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting to push because I want to get here. So I know that I'm on a time limit. I got things going on. I want to, and you start to move. That's when I said like Alex and Miss K and stuff like that. You guys get quiet. You get quiet because you ain't got time for the drama. You ain't got time to be listening to nobody else. Because guess what? Your train is moving. And it's moving to the pace of you have to focus on what you got going on, or you're going to get off track. So again, I commend you ladies and gentlemen for understanding the spot that you in and being grateful for where you are and knowing that guess what? Trouble don't last always and that you are always going to persevere past this point. And so absolutely, Miss Wanda, your good, our good outweighs our bad. We learn hopefully from the bad portions. You guys, again, I told you, clap it up for yourself. Be grateful for where you are right now. Because if you think about where you came from, even when I talk about insurance, when I talk about the cars, when you think about where you came from, do you remember, Darnell, when we ain't had no insurance on our cars? When all we could get in Detroit was that 30-day insurance? We riding ball, hope you don't get pulled over by the police because you can't afford that. I'm grateful for where I am. Because I used to couldn't afford that. I used to couldn't afford insurance. I used to couldn't afford those things. And so I know everything is not peaches and cream and it's not the way that you want it to be. But just take hope in knowing that they working it out. If you put it in the atmosphere, if you already told them what you want, they working on it. All you got to do is keep pushing towards that way. So this is a miraculous, marvelous Monday. I want you guys to get out here and be the best version of yourself. Just know that they are working even when you think they're not. Even when you can't see the plan. Just trust that it's going to work out. Because they've shown you so many times before. So whenever you don't think, hey, it's working out, think about one of them times where it did. So it can put you in that spot of gratefulness and knowing that, hey, they're going to work this out too. I love you guys so very much. And I only want the best for you guys. So today, I want you to straighten up your thought process and know that everything is in divine order. You guys are doing great. Be grateful for where you are at this moment. I know that it probably ain't where you want to be, but it ain't where you used to be either. You understand? Because some of us came from being homeless. Some of us came from living in our car. Some of us came from living with people. You get what I'm saying? So just be grateful. It's not where you want to be, but it's definitely not where you used to be. And so, with that being said, I love you guys so very much. Thank you for coming in and tuning in with me for the Carter today. I will definitely be here if it's the universe's will, and I will be here tomorrow for the Carter today. I love you guys so much. Be grateful for where you are. Mind your thoughts, because your thoughts make the person that you are. So, if you're going to think positive, stay positive because things are going to come your way. I promise you. This is a spectacular September. I promise you it's spectacular. And before this 30 days is up or whatever, you're going to have something to tell me as well because I'm going to have something to tell you because I'm working on my spectacular. I hope you're working on yours too. I love you guys so very much, and I'll definitely see you tomorrow for the Carter today. Bye-bye.